Penny's Projects proudly presents Ice Tray Ring using clear, easy cast epoxy. Woo! Alright, so let's get our craft on up in here. Alright, so as you remember, I used the white epoxy last time, and I really didn't care for that. Can't really do too much with the white. You could paint it, I guess. This time I've decided to use this easy cast, clear casting epoxy. So that way I can put stuff in it and it won't be clear no more. Okay, y'all. Safety first. That's right. Remember, y'all, safety. Put your gloves on when you're dealing with chemicals. And here is my ice cube tray. And we got the two-part epoxy. First, you got the epoxy and a hardener. So you got to measure it out equally, y'all. This one says to do it by volume, not by weight. Some of them you weigh it. So I got two little tiny cups over here. They're little measuring cups. They have measuring things on them. Put the epoxy in one and put the hardener in the other. Make sure they're equal to the same line. It's got to be equal amount or it ain't going to harden correctly. You stir both of them up a little bit separately. You stir both cups a little bit separately. This is my silicone ice cube tray I'm going to be using. Then, well, first let me get my flowers ready. I'm going to stick this in the clear because I want to see how clear the clear is. I want to see how clear the clear is going to be. So I'm going to put some flowers in there so that you can see if it shows through. Okay, so now you mix the two together because they're not going to do nothing. They ain't going to set, they ain't going to do nothing until you mix the two little cups together into the bigger cup. And then you stir. You stir it around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you stir it for, I think it's like 2 minutes. You've got to stir it for like 2 minutes. I didn't care for the way the white turned out. That's why I decided to clear. Now, you pour it in slowly. That's supposed to help keep it from having too many bubbles, so it'll stay clear. Pour it in one spot. Do not pour it around in circles. You pour it in one spot. Okay? I'm going to put a little bit in 3 different rings. I'm going to make 3 different rings. This is just a trial, just a test to see how clear the clear is, whether or not you can see the flowers through it and stuff like that. You know, I want to see how it works. Okay? Okay. Now you stick the flowers in there. And I'm going to push them down into the epoxy. I'm going to shove them down in there. At least I'm hoping I am. From this angle, I can't really see what I'm doing because I don't want to stick my head in your view. Yeah. In order for me to see what I'm actually doing, I'd actually have to stick my head up underneath this here camera. And then y'all won't be able to see what I'm doing. So it's either you get to see what I'm doing or I get to see what I'm doing, but we both can't see what I'm doing. So I'm sticking the flowers in there. I'm going to put some little red berries up in here. And this is just a test. I don't know how it's going to turn out. And I don't know if I'm going to be using this kind of flower or not, or anything like that. So I'm trying really hard to push them down into the epoxy so that they'll stay down in there. And I've never used this before, so I'm trying. Now I'm going to put a flower in all 3 of them. For some reason, I decided to use the same flower. I decided to use the same flower in all 3 rings. I really probably shouldn't have done that. I should have probably done 3 different flowers, 3 different colors, so I could see how the different colors show up in the clear, but I didn't do that. I like how it's got this ice cube tray has the little tubey thingy in the middle, so it makes a ring. So, yeah. I'm hoping it'll come out right. I want to make a ring. I want to try to make earrings. I don't know if it's going to work right or not, or if it's going to be too heavy to be earrings. I don't know. That's why I wanted to try it. This is a test. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a test. This is only a test. I got a little bit of epoxy on the top of my little tube things that's in my ice cube tray. I'm going to have to see if I can figure out how to clean that off a little bit so that I can get the rings out easily. Now, I'm using a silicone tray, but this here box says to use plastic, but I'm going to try silicone. We're going to see how it works. I don't know why it says use plastic. It seems to me like it wouldn't come out of plastic very easily, but the silicone should slide right out, I would think. So we're going to try it and see. Now I'm going to wipe off the excess on the top, so that way, hopefully, the rings will come out pretty easy if I take the excess off the top of it. And then, let me make sure I got all of it off. And then, when I demold it, I gotta wait 24 hours with this one. The other one only took 10 minutes. This one's gonna take 24 hours. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's time for the demolding of the resin that I put into my ice cube tray. And let's see. Let me try flipping it upside down. It's silicone. Oop, here comes one right here. Okay, so, well, I obviously cannot use, where's my camera? Let's turn around so you can see it. The red berries that I wanted to use, because I guess because they're made out of styrofoam, they floated right up to the top. But the one blue flower did stay inside, and it looks really cool. I don't know if it's got a good enough close-up for that. And it made a perfect ring. I will have to sand it, obviously, because the top is not perfect. So I'll have to sand that. I'll have to get rid of these berries. Actually, this was just a trial run anyway, so I'm probably not even going to keep this. But as you can see, look at that. That's so cool. You can see the flower from the top. You can see it from the side. Once I find the right flowers to put in here, that would look pretty cool. I can make napkin ring holders out of this. And it's this kind of a ice cube tray. I don't know how well you can see it, but it has little tube things in the middle so that it comes out like this. And depending on how much you pour in there will depend on how big it comes out to be in. I also did a small one. Let me see if I can get it to come out. Let's just put it upside down. Oh, look, here's the big one. Oh, here's the big one. Again, the blue flower stayed in nice. You can see it nice on the side. Hopefully the camera's doing it justice. In real life, it looks good. But again, the red one, I guess because it's just made out of styrofoam, it just floated to the top. So I'm definitely not going to be able to use the red ones. But look, if you pull it all the way out, this silicone ice cube tray holder, this is what it looks like on the inside. That would be a good way to make something really cool shaped like that, like an ice cream thing or something. But then when you push it back in, it goes back to the form of the ice cube tray. Yeah. Just like that. So that's a really cool ice cube tray. Yep, I still have one more in here I gotta try to get out. And I was also thinking I could use it upside down too, because look, it gives you if you need a cylinder of some kind for something, you could fill it in on this side to make a cylinder. It's only as big as my finger. It's only that deep. So it'd be a very small cylinder, or you can pull it all the way out like you just saw, and it'd be a 2-tier cylinder, so that'd be kind of cool. And then on this one, I remember, guys and dolls, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this was my first time using this kind of resin. I've only used one other kind of resin before, and it didn't turn out all that great. This was the short one that I did. But I guess I did it too hastily, because look, the flower floated. The flower floated on this one, because see, it's a lot shorter, so there was no room. So there was no room for the flower to stay in the resin like it did on this one. This one was too short for this flower. It floated up. And again, just like in the other ones, the little red berries floated to the top. They're not inside the resin. This one is inside the resin a little bit. I don't know how I managed that, because on all the other ones, they just floated up to the top. So anyway, that's it for this one. I wanted to make this one skinny because I was trying to see about making earrings with different designs on the inside of them. And then maybe finding another cylinder bigger to like make bangles with so they'd match. But these flowers and this thing is not going to work for this cylinder. But this ice cube tray works great for making rings. I think I might use them to make napkin ring holders. I think that would be kind of cool. Find different objects to put on the inside. I think that'd be kind of cool. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Thank you. Ooh, guess what, y'all? Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, like me. You gotta like me. Come on, hit it. Yes.